Hey everybody, welcome back. Yeah, it's been a while. We've been so busy. This is our busiest time of year. Putting our own food plots in, obviously with the seed sales, and we're helping other clients here in Upper Michigan and Northern Wisconsin with their food plots. Just been busy, just haven't had time to get to a YouTube video. But one of the things we get asked the most this time of the year is, what do I plant? What should I plant? And if you're new to the channel, about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, we did some videos on what we do to design a food plot program for people. Okay, and a lot of times we're not getting that in depth, but we're just making planting recommendations for folks. So we want a quick run through what we've been having a conversation with folks about as far as making a selection for their food plots. And the biggest thing it's going to revolve around is the soil. And our philosophy is we need to plant what the soil will produce successfully, meaning we can plant now here in Michigan. I'm looking outside, it's raining right now, and we can have a nice green food plot in a week. But what is that food plot going to look like in October, November, December? You know, there's a lot of sand in Michigan. Probably in a lot of spots, we're not planting brassicas just because it's going to be green in 3 weeks. But in 3 months, it's going to be yellow, purple, brown, turnip about that big, tastes like crap to the deer. Really not going to do that. So what will your soil not only grow, but what will it sustain for 3 months with deer browse, with deer pressure, with the weather, cold weather, less sunlight every day? What will that soil sustain? Obviously, we want to talk about a soil test. We like Rock River Labs. That's going to be the number one factor in determining what we recommend for people to put in their food plot. All right, what can you grow as far as your time, as far as your budget, as far as your equipment? How big is this food plot? What equipment do you have? Are you no-tilling? Are you using hand tools? Do you have a limited budget? Do you have limited time? Do you only get to your property once a month? Okay, so maybe we don't want to use something like a perennial that's going to need to be mowed because you just can't be there to take care of it. Or we call them weekend warriors. I can go up every weekend so I can spend more time on these food plots. So that's something you have to take into consideration. Now with this video, I'm not really going to make any food plot recommendations today, but it's just, I want you folks to start thinking about this because it's a very important decision to make on what you plant, because when October, December, and November roll around, we want that food plot to be working for you. Okay. Climate. This is a big one. We work with a lot of folks down south, and we don't recommend the same recipe down there as we do up here. We do a lot of the same processes, but the recipes are a lot different. Like, we talked about it in the greens video, sun hemp. I have sun hemp growing in my garden just for the nitrogen factor, but it's nothing that I'm going to put in my food plot because I'm wasting food plot space. I could be planting winter peas or forage peas or maybe beans or something that I know is going to take the climate much better up here than sun hemp will. But now vice versa, if we're down in South Carolina, Georgia, we might go heavy on sun hemp and back off on the winter peas or some of the products that we might use up here just because your climate's different. You don't get frost until, gosh, gentlemen I was talking to in Louisiana yesterday, they might not see frost till the first of the year or late December. So sun hemp in a fall plot might actually produce something. So climate is a very big factor in what we're going to recommend. So do you have deer food, or did you just have something green to hunt over? And what I mean by that is, did you actually have something that attracted and held whitetails at the beginning of the season all the way through to when you were done hunting? Or was it just a green carpet, a green putting green that was eaten to the ground 2 or 3 weeks into deer season? You saw something on social media or YouTube and you wanted to try this product or that product. It just didn't work. Soil wasn't right. Food plots were too small for what you were trying to plant. We try to help you make that decision much better. We want you to avoid those mistakes, okay? And if you're new to the channel, I strongly recommend you go check those videos out about how we design food plot programs here at Northwoods. And we've done well over 1,000 of them, been doing it for a long time. And it's in our best interest for you to have your best success. So you can check those videos out. If you still have questions on building a food plot program, by all means reach out to us and we can make sure you've got the best chance at having a great food plot at the beginning of season all the way through to the end of season. Speaking of bad advice, social media. You know, there's some really good channels out there. There's a lot that I like. They're little channels, small channels nobody's really heard of. Some of these channels, you know, I think it's more like the WWE. It's purely entertainment rather than good information. You know, I've said this before. I've said it. I'll say it again. We're a seed company with a small YouTube channel. We're not a YouTube channel trying to sell food plot seed. And I just think if you sat back objectively and watched some of these YouTube channels nowadays, it's more entertaining than it is information. But we hear about this every day. And yesterday I just had a conversation with a gentleman. You know, I saw this on YouTube. I saw this on YouTube. And this guy says this guy says this. And he's trying to get me to buy this. And he wants me to buy that. And he called me and we're working on his food plot program. You know, nobody's sponsoring us. Nobody's pulling the strings here. This is just us, our information with our years of experience. And not only that, is I get to work with some of the best whitetail habitat managers in the country. Michigan, Wisconsin, a couple in Illinois, Ohio, Iowa, Tennessee, Georgia. We've covered the whole whitetail range. Kentucky. I've got access to gentlemen that if I've got a question or a region where I'm not quite sure, I can reach out to them and they're experts in that part of the country. So it's not only just my experience, but we've got experience of a dozen other individuals we can lean on. So, but again, nobody's sponsoring this channel. Nobody's telling us what to say. And I think this is probably some of the best advice and the best help you're going to find on YouTube because, you know, no one's pushing us to do anything here. So I hope this helps. I hope it stirs some thought before you're getting ready to make your final 2023 purchases. Again, if you're new to the channel and you want to try to design your own food plot program, by all means, go back and watch those 2 videos we did. If you still have questions, you can get a hold of us. You can ask them in the comments below. We'll be more than happy to help because right now it's planting season. This is probably why we've been absent for a while. We've been so busy planting and working on getting seed out the doors. So we got a real neat video coming up on tilling versus no tilling. So stay tuned for that. It should be a couple of days. But thanks for watching. Thank you so much for helping the channel grow. We've got a lot of neat videos coming up. We're going to take you out into the field when we're starting to plant some more food plots. We're going to show you progress videos. Really excited to watch our backyard food plot grow. It's got deer in it already. We planted it 10 days ago and there's deer eating on it already. So thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you in a few days.